Okay, I think we're live. Awesome. I really hope that you guys can hear me. Um, had quite the dilemma, I guess, I think 2 weeks ago when nobody could hear me and I just practiced by myself. So I will trust that you can, maybe you can give me a thumbs up. Alternatively, you can text me if you have my number or my Instagram. I'll just double check. Let's make sure we've got 2 blocks for today. That would be super helpful. Playlist has been updated. I've added a new playlist. It's a 75-minute long playlist. It's in the description. Once you slowly get started, you can start finding a comfortable seat. It's perfect timing. And you can go ahead and start off that playlist, play the first song. It is in order, of course. And once you're ready, you can slowly close down the eyes and gently rest the hands onto your knees. When we first arrive onto the mat and into our physical room or our place of practice, we are simply arriving, allowing ourselves a little bit of time maybe to clear our thoughts, to just really physically kind of arrive, also mentally arrive in the place in which we're in. In a way, we're trying to let go of whatever may not serve us, whatever came before this class, or whatever comes after this class. And we're allowing ourselves the next 75 minutes or so to be very present. In a way, we're going to try and be very still. So even with all of the moving around, even in such a dynamic practice, we are really trying to cultivate this essence of stillness, of quiet inside of our own minds. Perhaps you could even make that your intention today. To be quiet, to be still, to be with breath. And perhaps whilst keeping the eyes closed, you can start by very gently starting to scan your periphery. Just kind of bringing a little bit of awareness to who you have around you. It's almost like you're taking a bird eyes view and imagining where you fit in all of that. And from there, you can start to draw the attention closer in. Just briefly scanning your physical body, taking note of how you feel. How are you showing up today? We are briefly recognizing that our bodies, we are different every single time we step on the mat. And in a way, you're trying your best to release yourself from any expectations that you may hold for your body. Really remembering that there's absolutely nothing you need to achieve in today's class. And very slowly from there, start to draw your attention onto your breath. And perhaps you can start to give your breath a little bit of sound as you start to tune into your ujjayi. It's that slight constriction of the breath at the back of the throat, it leads to that ocean-like sound. And once you're ready, let's slowly start to breathe together. Let's take a long, deep breath in. And maybe you open the mouth and sigh it out, letting it go. So that one more time, inhale all the way to the very top. Maybe sipping in a little bit more air. And exhaling through the mouth, letting it go. One more time, long, deep breath in. Sip in a little bit more. And this time, keeping the mouth closed, exhale it out, making the same sound. Deep breath in with sound. Exhaling with sound. Let's take a deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath at the top for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a long deep breath in with sound. Exhaling with sound. One more deep breath in to blink over the eyes, roll over the shins, come into a child's pose to start. Removing any blocks from underneath you if they were there. Just very briefly extending out through the arms, starting to wrap those armpits down towards the floor. And next inhale, ripple forwards through the spine, find a tabletop position. And on the exhale, tuck the toes under, hover the knees an inch off the floor. From here, you're going to shift the weight backwards. So you're going to start hovering straight away, the kind of torso onto the tops of the thighs, the knees are an inch off of the floor. 3 deep breaths. We get straight into it in our class. For 1, exhaling. Deep breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath in 3. On the exhale, start straightening out those legs, coming into your first downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the legs or wiggling out through the hips. It may or may not be the first time you find yourself in this pose today, so just take your time. Always remember that this really is your practice, so everything I say or suggest is merely that. You can always take your practice in other directions if you wish. Once you're ready, come forward with me. Inhale, find your plank. On the exhale, bend through the knees, hover the thighs or the chest off the thighs. Take 3 breaths here for 1. Really rounding into the upper spine, pushing the hands down. 2. Last deep breath in with sound. 3. And exhale, downward facing. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, ripple forward through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hover the chest off the thighs for 1. Exhaling. Deep breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath in 3. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze comes forwards, inhale. And exhale, start tiptoeing your weight all the way forwards. Coming into a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reaching the hands up overhead. And exhale, hands through your heart center, finding your samasthiti. 3 deep breaths for 1. Exhaling with sound. Breath in 2. Perhaps you start to find your drishti or that small little point on the floor you're going to draw your eyes to. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale. Inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky. Have fun. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, make your way back to a chaturanga, stepping or floating it back. It's always your choice. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths for 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. 1 more deep breath in 3. Bend the knees. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening. Folding. Exhale. Come all the way up to stand. Gaze comes up overhead. And exhale, forward folding over the thighs. Again, repeat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. From a downward facing, option to stay as you are, or inhale, come forwards, plank pose. On the exhale, start walking the hands as far forwards as you can. You're still tucking the tailbone under, kind of slightly rounding through the upper spine. 3 breaths here for 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. Long, deep breath in for 3. And exhale, lower the forearms down towards the floor. Forearm plank for 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale, lower the hips down towards the floor. Take it into a momentarily kind of chilled Sphinx pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, tuck the toes under, take it into a dolphin pose. So start walking the feet in. You're still gluing those elbows down towards the floor. From here, maybe you lift the right leg up towards the sky. On the exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest and squeeze the knee in as close as you can for 1. Exhaling, you're coming onto the tips of the toe on the left foot. 2. Exhaling. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale, lower the right foot down. Inhale, the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee in towards the nose. Squeeze it in tight. For 1, you're still pushing into those shoulders. 2. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale, come back down. Maybe straightening out the arms at the same time. Downward facing. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening halfway, inhale. Folding, exhale. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. We have 1 more. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. I'm gonna kind of skip out on the jumps today. It's kind of found that it's quite difficult to speak and do these things at the same time. From a downward facing inhale, come forwards, plank pose. This time straight away, lower down on to the forearms. From here, you're actually going to try and take the chest as far forward as you can. So you're almost bringing the chin past the fingers. You can maybe even tap the chin down if you're stronger. For 1. Exhale. Draw that navel in. 2. Exhaling. 1 more deep breath in. 3. And exhale. Take the hips up and back. Take it back into a dolphin pose. Walk the feet in. Option to stay here. Option to take it upside down, or you're lifting 1 leg up towards the sky and holding. You've got about 2 more breaths for 1. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, switching sides. If you went all the way upside down, you can hold. If you're coming with me, it's left leg up, chest draws through for 1. Exhaling. Breath in. 2. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in. 3. And exhale, bring the left leg down. Inhale, come back, downward facing. Exhale here. Take a deep breath in to prepare, bend through the knees. Step or float, top of the mat, lengthening, folding, exhale. Straight away, come into your chair pose, bend through the knees, and reach through the hands. On the exhale, forward folding over the legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pat the hands, step or float it back. We know where we're going. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot lifts up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Take a deep breath in here, maybe even kiss the knee. And exhale, step the foot forward. Take into a warrior one on the inhale. Take into a warrior three on the exhale. We will be slowing this down eventually. Inhale the left knee in towards the nose. And exhale, kick that left foot forwards. Inhale back to a warrior three. Exhale, warrior one. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, chaturanga. Step that right foot back. You can maybe even hover. Inhale upwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Take a deep breath in here, maybe even tap. And exhale, step forwards. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fly forwards, warrior three. Inhale, right knee in towards the nose. And exhale, kick that right leg forwards. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, warrior one. Deep breath in here. And exhale, take it down. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, come forwards, plank pose. This time again, walk those hands further forwards. Take it into a long plank. 3 more breaths for 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. 1 more deep breath in 3. Exhale, lower the forearms down towards the floor. From here, you can of course always stay. You're gonna lift the right leg out long. And then you're gonna start squeezing that right knee all the way in towards the right elbow. 3 deep breaths for 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale, step it back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in. So you're somewhat taking those shoulders past the fingers if you can for 2. So keep those hips low. 3. And step it back. Lift the lower down into the Sphinx pose. Oh, that is mostly for me. Take 1 more deep breath in. Draw the chest open. And exhale. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing, dolphin. And walk the feet in. From there, lifting the leg up towards the sky. Maybe you slowly start tipping the weight forwards, coming into your full Pincha Mayurasana. Always the option to take a wall. Take 2 more breaths. A little wobbly for me today for 3. And then bring it back down. Bring you back in the downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And exhale, bend the knees. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening halfway. Folding, exhale. Inhale, find your chair. Bend the knees. Reach through the hands. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Draw the chest open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot lifts. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Option to stay here. This time we're taking 3-legged chaturanga. And exhale, knees to nose. Step the foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, knee to nose. And exhale, kick the foot forwards. 3 deep breaths here. You're trying your best not to lean back. You're somewhat leaning forwards. Breath in 2. Maybe Kapiasana, pistol grip with the hands. 3. And exhale, take it through a warrior 3. And inhale, take it into a standing split. Maybe you're taking hold of that right ankle. Folding forwards over that right leg. Your choice as to what you'd like to do here. If you would like, you can slowly start to bring the hands a little bit further forwards. Start leaning a little bit of weight over the shoulders. Maybe starting to pick up that right heel. Perhaps even taking a little bit of a hop. Let's see if it works for me today. Not really. Sometimes it doesn't work. Step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Option to stay or three-legged chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Always moving with breath. Inhale, knee to nose. And exhale, Uddita Hasta. For 1. Breath in, sound 2. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale, fly back, warrior 3. And then from there, maybe you start folding forwards over that left leg, taking it into your standing splits, or closest approximation of. Maybe taking hold of that left ankle, pulling yourself down a little deeper. And again, if you'd like to take it upside down, hands come further forwards. Make sure the whole hand is onto the floor. Make sure you're really straightening out through those arms and moving those hips over the shoulders. That's where it all starts. Take 1 more deep breath in wherever you are. And exhale, step or float it back. Arriving bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, this time we're going to drop straight down onto the forearms, squeezing the elbows down. And you can either stay here, maybe you hover the elbows an inch off of the floor, and maybe even starting to bend through the knees, rounding through the upper spine, drawing the navel in. And you take 3 more horrendous breaths for 1. Exhaling, I have the shakes for 2. 1 more deep breath in 3. And exhale. Back into a downward facing dog. Breath in to prepare. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening halfway. Folding. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, chair pose. Hopefully you're very warm by now. Exhale. Forward folding. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Step or float it back. Exhale. Inhale, upwards. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. This time again, hold or three-legged chaturanga. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, knee to nose. And exhale, kick the foot forwards. Option to stay here, or you're also going to reach forwards with the hands for 3 breaths. So you're really just kind of sucking that left leg in towards the left hip socket. Reaching through the hands for 2. For 1. And exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, standing splits. And straight away from there, step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale upwards. Exhale downwards. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Round through the upper spine. Inhale, three-legged chaturanga. Exhale, knee to nose. Foot steps forwards, warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. Beautiful, right knee towards the nose, inhale. Exhale, kick that right foot forwards. Again, option to stay here, or you reach the hands forwards, two for one. Deep breath in two, this should feel like it sucks. Last breath in three. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, standing splits. And then from there, step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Let's take it into a child's pose. Or seated on the exhale. Taking a little breather. And then slowly from there, find your way back. Downward facing dog. Bend through the knees. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening. Fold and exhale. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, take a twist towards the right. Bring the left elbow onto the outsides of the right thigh. Hands are coming in towards the heart center. Beautiful. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale. Listen up, you're going to keep that left elbow attached to that right knee. The gaze, ideally, wants to come down towards the floor in front of the toes. And then you're going to shift the weight in towards that right heel. And instead of taking the left heel back, take the left heel forwards. 3 deep breaths for 1. For 2. Still keeping that deep twist. For 3. And exhale, step that left foot down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, twist left, right elbow, left thigh. Beautiful. Hands in towards the heart. Twisting a little deeper. Exhale, rotate. 1 more. And then slowly from there, gaze comes down. Transfer the weight in towards the left leg. Right leg slowly starts to lift. And again, bring that right heel forwards for 1. 2. And 3. And slowly step it down. Inhale, chair. And take it down halfway. Maybe interlacing the hands above your head. Dropping the bum low, but also back. And pulling the chest forwards. So it's almost like you can feel that someone's drawing you forwards and simultaneously someone else is pulling you back through the hips. Navel in towards the spine. 1 more breath. Forward fold, letting it go. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bend through the knees. Taking it into a crow pose. Knees are coming back onto the backs of the triceps. Maybe high onto the arms, knee or heels. Start to lift up towards the bum. Maybe you start straightening out through the arms. If that is one in your practice today, you can come into a malasana squat. And simply emphasize that stretch into the insides of the hips. Maybe that length into that lower spine. If you're in your crow, maybe you start trucking the chin in towards the chest. Making sure that you drop the head down in front of the fingers so you can see the fingers really creating a stable base. Draw the knees in towards the chest and take them all the way up towards the sky. Take 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, pike the legs down halfway. Inhale and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, roll that thigh open. Inhale, take the knee a little higher. And exhale, knee to right armpit. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose, rounding through the upper spine. Inhale one more time. And exhale, knee to left armpit. This time maybe you drop the left heel towards the right and start kicking that right leg forwards, left hand up towards the sky. You're trying your best to bring that right leg towards the top of the mat. You can always bring it down towards the floor. Let's take one more deep breath in. And exhale, hand comes down. Knee to nose, inhale. And exhale, warrior one. Lengthening inhale. Arrive. Exhale. Probably the first time we're properly holding a pose. Try and consolidate. Arrive. Lock your drishti, your eyes in one place. One more deep breath in. Exhale, open out wide, warrior two. Gaze comes over the right hand for one. Two. Breath in three. Straighten out that right leg for Trikonasana. Maybe shorten the stance. Reaching through the right fingertips. The right hand comes down. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. 3 breaths for one. Breath in two. Last one, 3. And slowly from there, take hold of a block if you have access to one. And slowly start taking the hand down and outside or kind of underneath the right shoulder, leaning into that right leg, take it into an Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. You're kind of pushing down strongly through that right brick. And maybe from there you start bringing that left leg forwards, parallel to that left hip. So your left leg is still parallel to the floor, and hold. If you are brave, definitely braver than me, you can slowly start finding a little bit of lightness into that right hand. Take 2 more breaths for one. Breath in 2. And exhale, step the left leg back, just a medium stance. Left hand reaches up, inhale for reverse Trikonasana. And exhale to lean, find length first. And exhale to twist. Left hand down, right hand up towards the sky for 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And exhale, forward fold. Bring both hands down either side of that right foot, maybe onto blocks if you haven't. And slowly from there, come into a standing split. Hands are onto blocks or down onto the floor. So it's your choice. Blocks make this marginally easier. From here, you're going to maybe bring the hands a little bit further forwards on blocks or onto the floor. And you're simply going to shift the weight. So you can see that I'm start to really straighten out through the arms, lean the weight forwards into the hands and pick up that right heel. So you're pushing down strongly through the arms, drawing the navel in. You take 2 more breaths for 1. Breath in 2, no jumping in this pose. And exhale, step the left foot all the way back. Opening out wide, warrior 2. Straight into a side angle, right forearm down. Left hand reaches up and over. Maybe you take the half bind, left arm comes behind you, taking hold of the inner right hip. Maybe from there you start reaching that right arm parallel
to the right ear. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Extend both arms and slowly start to pivot forward, take it into an arrow lunge. And exhale, twist right, left elbow, right thigh. Hands in towards the heart. Beautiful 3 breaths here. 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. Slowly from there, start to lean a little bit of weight into that right leg. Start dragging that left leg, maybe taking it into a somewhat of a bent kind of right knee, Ardha Chandrasana. It's kind of a weird one. And then step that left leg forwards. Twist the right or the legs all the way to the left side and drop the hips down low. Hands are coming in towards the heart as you take a deeper twist. An option from there to hold your Pachasana. Option 2, the hands come towards top of the mat. You're finding somewhat of a chaturanga kind of arms. You're starting to lean the weight into that left elbow. I personally would say try and keep that right hip off of the right elbow. You can, of course, bring it down. Leaning a little bit of weight into the hands, maybe starting to lift the feet off the floor. Side crow. 2 more breaths. 1 more deep breath in. Maybe from here you try and switch. Left leg comes over. Right leg comes back. Step it back. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Ooh. From a downward facing dog, drop down onto the forearms. If you're working your Pincha Mayurasana, always the option to frame out that block with the hands. Really making sure that those elbows are no more than shoulder width distance apart. And you're trying your best to stack those hips over the shoulders as much as possible before lifting maybe your right leg up towards the sky. Maybe slowly starting to lean the weight into the arms. Your turn. You have about 3 more breaths to play. Once you're ready to take it down, you can momentarily take a break in a child's pose or seated onto the shins. And slowly from there, take it back into a downward facing dog. Second side. Mildly terrified. Take the left leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Open that thigh. Take the knee a little higher as you still keep those shoulders nice and square. And then exhale, draw that left knee in towards the left armpit. Maybe even tapping the knee into the arm. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee over towards the right side. Again, option to stay here. You drop the right heel over towards the left. Extend that left leg forwards for 1. For 2. Deep breath in 3. Exhale, right hand down, left knee in towards the nose. Take a deep breath in. And step forwards, warrior 1, inhale. And exhale, right for 1. Exhale, 2. One more deep breath in, 3. Exhale, open out wide. A lot of times it's less about the pose and more about the transition and maybe how you move from place to place. Always trying your best to really make it as seamless as possible. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out with sound. Inhale, straighten out that left leg. For Trikonasana, maybe straighten out that left hand, left knee. Left arm down, right hand up towards the sky. 3 breaths here, 1. Breath in, 2. One more deep breath in, 3. And then from there, remember to take hold of a block. Pin the block underneath that left shoulder. For Ardha Chandrasana, as you push down through that left hand, lift, make that right leg nice and light. Then maybe from there, you start taking the right leg, all the way to the right side. Engaging through that right glute, maybe even picking up that left hand. Take 2 more breaths for 1. Breath in, 2. And exhale, step the right foot back. Sitting up, reverse Trikonasana, inhale, right hand up. And exhale, leaning and twisting. Right hand down, outside the left foot, twisting for 1. Breath in, 2. Last breath in, 3. And exhale, release it down. Taking hold of both blocks. You can see the hesitation. I also do not like doing some of these things, but they are so beneficial. Start lifting that right leg all the way into a standing splits. Taking the hands down towards the floor, maybe moving the hands a little bit further forwards, and start to lean a bit of weight into the hands. Start lifting that right leg as full height or as far away as possible. Take 2 more deep breaths for 1. Breath in, 2. And step that right foot back. Discard the blocks. Arrive, warrior 2. Exhaling. Straight into a side angle. Left forearm down, right arm up and over. And again, maybe you work the half bind, right arm behind you, left arm reaches. 3 breaths, 1. Breath in, 2. I think the tendency is sometimes to drop that left arm, really try and keep it attached, left bicep to ear. Last breath in, 3. And slowly release. Pivot forwards. Take it into an arrow lunge. Inhale. And exhale. Twist. Right elbow, left thigh. Hands to heart for 1. Breath in, 2. 1 more deep breath in, 3. And again, gaze comes down. You slowly start to shift the weight forwards into that left leg. Maybe starting to pick up that right foot. Take 1 more deep breath in. And exhale to step that right foot forwards. And twisting over towards the right side. Dropping hips down low. Again, option to stay and hold your twist. Option 2, both hands come down towards the floor. Creating a shelf with the arms. As you lean the weight forwards, you trust the fingertips. Side crow. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Let me pretend to do this transition through Kundalini. Right leg comes over. Hands up. Inhale, upward facing. That was not flawless at all. I definitely trust that you guys can do a better job with that. Straight away, drop those elbows down towards the floor. Always the option to take a break or it's back down onto the forearms for dolphin. Or both feet up towards the sky for for Pincha Mayurasana. I personally need a break. I'll catch up with you guys. Once you're ready, or if you're already there, hold. If not, join me, elbows down, feet up towards the sky. Maybe 1 foot, maybe 2. Squeezing the block if you have it. Squeezing the leg. And slowly from there, take it down. Take a moment to pause in a child's pose. Coming back to your breath, just remembering that the poses don't really matter. Or even coming back to that initial intention of finding a little bit of stillness and quiet. When you're ready, take it back into a downward facing dog. Hips up and back. And straight away, walk or jump the feet towards the toes, or the hands towards the toes. Grab hold of your first three peace fingers, or toes with your first 3 peace fingers. Wow. Lengthening, inhale. And fold, exhale. Drawing the navel in towards the spine, kind of hugging the belly button in and up. Take 2 more deep breaths, slightly leaning the weight forwards. 1 more. And then inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bring the whole hand underneath the foot for Padahastasana. Let's release a bit of that pressure into the wrists. Lengthening, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. 3 breaths, 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And then slowly from there, inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, take it into a Malasana squat. From there, hands come towards the heart, or you can slowly start to kind of round. You're slightly kind of lifting the bum. It's round to the lower spine, reach through the hands. Try and really round so you find a little bit of stretch into the lower back. And from there, you're going to straighten out the legs. And then we're going to make our way towards the top of the mat. I am definitely not flawless at these, but I have been working on them. So the hands are coming forwards. And you're going to try and take little kind of toe tap steps towards the top of the mat. So hands maybe come down towards the floor. I like to bring them a little bit further forwards. Leaning a little bit of weight into the hands. Come onto the heels. Maybe you step. Hands come down. Lean. Maybe you kind of step both legs forwards. Push down into the hands. Lean, step. Once you get there, bring the toes into a touch. Lengthening halfway, inhale. Folding, exhale. Come all the way to stand. Urdhva. And exhale, hands through heart center. Samasthiti. Step the left leg towards the back of the mat. Take it into a goddess squat. Bring the toes out towards the sides, heels point in. Drop through the knees. I like to wiggle a little bit side to side. And then from there, maybe you start to bring the elbows to the insides of the thighs. Opening through the legs. And then you're going to take the hands onto the ankles. And you're trying your best, I'm not sure if you can see it, I can turn around momentarily, but you're trying your best to keep the hips nice and lifted, and then maybe from there you're reaching the hands forwards. Let's take 3 breaths here for 1. Breath in 2, you're still in your goddess. Last breath in 3. And slowly from there, forward fold, turn the toes in, lengthening halfway or taking it into your prasarita, and exhale, forward fold. Head comes down towards the floor, hands reach back. If the head comes down towards the floor, and it is in your practice to take it upside down, whether that is through a headstand, forearm stand, handstand, or otherwise, you can always go there. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Once you come all the way down, inhale, lengthen halfway, and exhale, hands onto the hips. Taking it slow. Inhale, reach all the way up towards the sky. Reach the hands up and over. And exhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Keeping the hips as they are. Puff the chest open, inhale. Take it to a prasarita, C on the exhale. Head comes all the way down. Hands reach up and over. 3 breaths with sound. 1 more. And then inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release the hands out towards the sides. So that one more time. Inhale, reach the hands forward. This time you're keeping the legs straight. You somewhat feel like you're squeezing through the inner thighs, reaching through the hands. Spine is nice and long. One more deep breath in. And exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Pivot around towards the right leg. Drop the left knee down towards the floor. And bring both hands onto the insides of that right foot. Take it momentarily into a lizard lunge. You can come on to the fingers. I'm doing quite a lot of work into those hip flexors, finding just a little bit of nice stretch. An option to stay here, option to bring the left hand down towards the floor. An option to reach round, take hold of the left leg, taking you into a little bit of a back bend. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Pivot bring that right leg towards the center, and then straighten out through that left or right leg. Come into your half splits position, Ardha Hanumanasana. Sometimes, we often have your hands down towards the floor and fold forwards over the leg. You know me already, my hamstrings are my weak point. If you'd like to take it further, you can of course start sliding that right leg forwards into your, I always call it this, your closest approximation of your Hanuman full split position. Whole time you're squeezing through the inner thighs, try your best not to force yourself in any pose. In the end, who really cares whether or not you can split yourself in half? It doesn't really matter. Try and be mindful. And slowly from there, drawing the leg in, taking it over towards the second side. So simply pivot all the way around, take it over towards the back of the mat. Take both hands onto the insides of that left leg to start. Maybe onto the fingertips. Puffing the chest open. And maybe from there you reach around with the left hand to take hold of the right foot. And slowly from there, release. Scoot that left foot in towards the center. Taking it to a half split, straightening out that left leg, folding forwards over the left thigh. An option to stay here. Again, I personally bring my hands down onto buttocks. And maybe you start to scoot that left leg forwards, right leg back. It may happen in this lifetime or the next, and that is okay. Wherever you are, squeeze through the inner thighs. And slowly from there, start drawing that left leg in. Pivot round into the center. Releasing the bricks. Maybe bringing the feet towards kind of the left side of the mat. And you're going to turn the toes to face out, somewhat of a goddess-like position. Bring the hands back behind you. Whole palm is onto the floor. And you drop the bum down and scoot the heels forwards, lifting yourself up momentarily. And come all the way down. For Upavista Konasana, forward fold. Maybe you keep those legs, not maybe, you definitely keep those legs nice and active, and maybe you fold forwards. Let's hold for 3 more breaths. One more. And slowly from there, walking the hands back. Let's bring the legs to face forwards. Let's take it into a Navasana, boat pose. 3 deep breaths. Knees are straight, or legs are straight. Knees are bent, or legs are straight. For 1. Deep breath in 2. Last breath in 3. Take both legs to hover down towards the floor, but keep the torso exactly as it is. Draw the navel in for 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And exhale, forward fold over the legs. Maybe taking hold of the toes or anything that you can take hold of. And from there, lift yourself up. Let's last little bit of effort. I promise you're gonna frame up those knees, point through the toes. Bring both fingertips down towards the floor. Lean forwards over the legs. And as you push down into the hands, try and keep those legs attached to your torso as you lift them off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. And then slowly from there, walk the hands all the way forwards. Hands come down, the legs may or may not come off the floor. And as you lean forwards, push into the hands. Mentally preparing myself alongside you. Push into the hands, lift the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, lower down. And swing the legs back behind you, step it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale. Downward facing dog. And start reversing all of that forwards action. Inhale comes forwards. High plank. On the count of 5, lower yourself all the way down towards the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and lower down. Bring the hands back behind you straight away. Interlace the hands behind your back. Puff the chest open. Inhale. And exhale, lift the legs off the floor. 3 breaths. 1. Breath in 2. Breath in 3. And exhale, release. Reach the hands forwards. 3 breaths. 1. Breath in 2, a little higher. Last breath in 3. And then exhale, lower down. Moment of pause. And from here, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Take it into a high plank, inhale. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing, and hold. 3 deep breaths for 1. And you drive that chest forwards, 2. Last breath in 3. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards, find your plank. Again, lower yourself all the way down towards the floor. Count to 5, 4, 3, super slow, 2, 1. Come down. Grabbing the ankles this time for Dhanurasana. Push into the feet, lift the chest 1. And exhale, lift the knees. Deep breath in 1. Breath in 2. Try and keep those knees hugging in. Breath in 3. Breath in 4. Last breath in 5. And exhale, release. Sway the hips slightly side to side. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. High plank, inhale. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Stepping or floating all the way through. Come all the way down onto your bum. And lie all the way down onto your back. We have 2 more back bends. You can always take this restorative with a brick underneath the sacrum. You can start off in a bridge pose, Sapti Bandhasana, interlacing the hands behind your back. Lift the hips. 5 deep breaths in every pose. And slowly lower down from there. Briefly take a moment to pause, bring the hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer in towards the third eye. Just feeling the effects of the pose onto your body. And the last and final back bend. You can take it any version you would like. And perhaps back into full wheel. Hands behind the shoulders, push into the feet. Lift yourself up. Toes are facing forwards. 5 breaths. Drawing the chest open. Trying your best to take the weight over the hands, open through the upper back. And lower down once you're ready. Straight away, take it into a twist, right leg over the left. Cactus out the arms, legs come over towards the left side. Gaze can come over towards the right. Slowly release. Come back to center, unravel. Left leg over to the right. Dropping the legs over towards the right side. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Slowly from there, jump the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice long squeeze. Start rocking, maybe side to side, lower back massage. And then from there, start rocking up and down the length of your spine. You're gonna arrive in a chaturanga back of the mat. Stepping or floating it back. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. You're gonna take it into a pigeon on the right side. Drawing right shin somewhat parallel to the top of the mat. Extending that left leg back behind you. Always the option to sit on the block. Make sure you have no pain into the knees. And then maybe from there you start folding the chest forwards over that thigh. Releasing, relaxing it down. The way you're kind of consciously releasing any tension that you may be unconsciously holding. Really allowing your hips and everything to really melt down towards the floor. Slowly from there, walk the hands in line with the shoulders. Falling over towards the right side, draw the left leg all the way over. Left heel to the outsides of the right leg. Make sure both sit bones are down towards the floor. Chest is nice and long. And then take a twist, Ardhanasana. Maybe even knee, elbow to knee, maybe even taking the bind if that's in your practice. And slowly take a counter twist towards the opposite side. And from there, last and final, chaturanga, I promise. Stepping it back, lowering down, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drawing the left shin somewhat parallel, top of the mat. Pigeon, second side. Take your time to find a position that feels good for you. So you are trying to find a stretch in this position, and I think quite often it is easy to go to a place where it's kind of like our default place. So try your best to really kind of find that sweet spot and what that looks like for you. And oftentimes it may not be the pose that looks pretty, but it's the pose that we need. And so from there, walk the hands back behind the shoulders. Follow towards the left side, draw the right leg all the way over. Both hip bones down. Reaching left arm up and twisting towards the right. And let to come out of this pose. It is your choice as to whether or not you'd like to close off your practice in any other way. Because that's the beauty of being in the comfort of your own home. You have unlimited amount of time to do anything that your heart desires. If you're coming with me, slowly release, take a counter twist towards the opposite side. And then slowly start to take it into a seated position. Maybe from there you take hold of opposite elbows, close down the eyes, and gently bow the head down towards the floor. Just sealing in the benefits of the practice. And from there, you can slowly start to lift the chest, maybe taking into a seated meditation. Or you slowly start to roll yourself all the way down onto your back and taking you to your final place of rest, Shavasana. Absolutely nothing left you have to do. If you're at home and you'd like to stay down for longer, then of course you can always stay down for as long as you would like. Would almost encourage you to stay down for a little bit longer. If you're coming with me, you can slowly start to draw your attention back into the physical room. So maybe slowly starting to reawaken your body, just wiggling out the fingers and toes. And in your own way and in your own time, you can slowly start to make your way back into the seated position. Once you're all the way there, straight away bring the hands in towards the heart center.
taking a brief moment in gratitude. There's so many different things that we could be thankful and grateful for this practice, for our bodies, for everything that it can do for us, for everything that it allows us to learn, for everything that it allows us to experience, and for all the things that we can do equally as all the things that we can't, but maybe or maybe not one day will. It's always remembering that the true magic of this practice happens when we step off the mat and venture into the real world. Bring the hands in towards the third eye. As you bow that down towards the hands, just give yourself a moment. And of course, for me, thank you all for being here with me today. And even though I can't see you, I can definitely feel you. And for that, I am very grateful. Enjoy. Thank you all. Have an awesome, awesome evening. I'll let you go. Thank you.